A week ago, Tim Urban posted the following thought experiment on Twitter. Everyone in the world has to take a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% press the blue button, only people who press the red button survive. Which button would you press? This thought experiment was originally posted 3 years ago, and it was actually a 12-year-old who came up with it. The way it was formulated back then was, everyone responding to this poll chooses between a blue pill or a red pill. If over 50% of people choose blue pill, everyone lives. If not, red pills live and blue pills die. Which do you choose? Many people's gut instinct is probably to choose blue, as it sounds like the cooperative option that saves lives. But if you think for a moment, you might realize that pressing blue creates the problem of someone needing saving in the first place. So it would be better for everyone to just press red, so nobody needs to be saved and everyone lives. But as we all know, everyone will not just. As there is quite a bit of truth to this old meme. If your solution to some problem relies on if everyone would just, then you do not have a solution. Everyone is not going to just. At no time in the history of the universe is everyone just, and they're not going to start now. Not everyone is a rational actor, and there will be people that press the blue button. For example, kids that are too young to even understand the choice. People that realize this might also want to press the blue button to save them. Then people reasoning that the society without these empathetic people is far worse off might want to join the blue button process as well. And so it snowballs to a blue victory and everyone lives. And indeed, blue won in both the original poll with around 65% and in the more recent one with around 58%. Now it's pretty interesting how the voting changes if the question is reframed. For example, Rocco, which many people probably know as the creator of the Rocco's Basilisk thought experiment, reframes it in the following way. We're doing the blender game again. There is a large blender. Everyone in the world has to decide whether to step into the blender. If at least 50% of the people do step into the blender, it will be unable to overcome the inertia to get started and everyone survives. If less than 50% of the people step into the blender, then they all get blended up into paste and die. People who do not step into the blender suffer no adverse effects. Would you step into the blender? Blue, step into the blender. Red, don't do that. With this reframing, red actually wins by a large margin, and around 19% of people star in a macabre episode of Will It Blend? People's attempts to justify their choice also led to some pretty funny memes. For example, here the red button means nothing happens, while the blue button is the ultimate death gamble. You enter the ultimate death gamble. You and everyone who presses this button dies, unless more than 50% of people chose to press this button. Or here a meme from the blue side saying, sorry, everyone lives, while the red side is depicted as getting mad. No, anyone who's not smart like me deserves their fate. In general, red focuses on blue creating the problem of someone needing to be saved in the first place, while blue focuses on trying to save everyone. But the meme depicting the different mindsets the best is this one in my opinion. In the blue button mindset, the red button represents a non-zero chance of murdering someone, while in the red button mindset, the blue button represents a non-zero chance of dying. This discrepancy leads to a lot of discussion, so my Twitter timeline has been flooded with a button controversy, which was the reason I got curious how my audience would vote, and blue won again. Even Mr. Beast recreated the poll, and we got another blue victory. Someone even asked different AI models what button they would press, which makes me wonder what Neuro and Evil would choose. There are valid arguments for both options though. For example, I saw parents arguing for blue because they couldn't guarantee their children would pick red, and parents arguing for red because they couldn't needlessly put their life on the line when they're responsible for their children. The only one clearly in the wrong would be the person conducting such an experiment, so if it was real, I would hope humanity wouldn't coordinate on blue or red, but instead on stopping them.